Kahalayim la Yahal Bashim Yahushai Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there teaching the truth and sincerity. In the name of Yahal Bashim Yahushai. So I asked, what does the Bible say about it's in openbible.info, the end of the world. I asked it what it thinks about the end of the world, and it gave me all these scriptures. 2 Peter 3:12 says, waiting for and hastening the coming of the day of Yahweh, because of which the heavens will be set on fire and dissolved, and the heavenly bodies will melt as they burn. That sounds pretty good. It sounds like it's going to be a terrible judgment, which is important because those judgments have to pass. Here we are, almost at the end of it, and niggas are gonna be like, just a couple more days. Man, these days are gonna be sped up for the elect's sake. And I'm not gonna try to say we don't know who they are. We have a feeling we know who they are, because who else is going out there and preaching and prophesying? Who else is taking this coming of the Messiah seriously? We got to prepare his way. We got to prepare his way by going out there and letting people know, look, this is the end. Yeah, get with it or get taken out. So we know, because people stop by the camp, they're trying to get down with it. They want to see what's going on, or what I do is I ask them questions. I try to ask them questions. I try to stop them and say, hey, do you know about you? Check out the sign. And that's a speaking point. And whatever they'll say, either with it or against it, it will come naturally, through the Spirit. Their questions will. So 2 folks stopped by the camp yesterday. One of them was being a knucklehead. He said the Bible was written 500 years before Jesus was born. And I was like, what you talking about? And then I tried to get him to explain, but he didn't know how to explain. He doesn't know how to get the explanations out. And then another brother passed by, and I asked him if he sees himself in the sign, and he was like, nah. But then we asked him what his nationality was, and he said he was Native American. So I told him, all right, you from the tribe of Gad. And then he didn't get it. He was like, oh, what does that mean? And I told him, look, man, you're our brother. And then that made him happy. Put a smile on his face, which made me happy. Good news, right? So what we're doing is getting it ready. Getting it ready. It being the world full of people. So the message of his coming, like it says in Revelation 1:7, is going to be speedy. So what that means is it's going to seem like we're doing it for a minute, but in the eyes of the Lord, that's not a very long minute. So we just have to keep going for a little bit. You get to a work site and you do things, and then you try to finish them. Let's say you're carrying a couple of big ass pieces of plywood. they're fucking heavy, but you gotta go, and then you're like, man, I feel like putting them down right here. But then you tell yourself subconsciously, look, man, just keep going, man, you're almost there. And then you do keep going, and then you get there, and it feels good, right? Let me get into the scripture. Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.